Functions of consumers' attitudes. Attitude is defined as a mental, emotional, or rational predisposition with regard to a fact, state, person, or an object. In the context of consumer behaviour, we are studying the attitude of buyers towards the relevant attributes of a product or service, as well as the marketer and markets. Attitudes are particularly important because they motivate people to behave in a relatively consistent way. From the marketing point of view, this is based on the need fulfillment of a buying behaviour. The functional theory of attitudes, developed by Daniel Katz, offers an explanation as to the functional motives of attitudes to consumers. But how does someone's attitude have anything to do with marketing? What do attitudes for the consumer do? Understanding the answer to these questions gives marketers an opportunity to develop better promotional messages. What are attitudes for? The functional view of attitudes emphasizes the way in which attitudes might be useful for the people who hold them. Generally, the functional view holds that the purpose of attitudes is to mediate between a person's internal needs for safety and self-expression, etc., and the external environment full of people and information. Each attitude a person holds, then, can be expected that to help the person meet their needs in some way or another. According to the functional theory of attitudes, attitudes perform four functions. The four functions are the utilitarian function, the knowledge function, the value expressive function, and the ego defensive function. Attitudes can maximize rewards and minimize punishments obtained from the objects in one's environment, a function that Katz labeled the utilitarian function. It summarizes the positive and negative outcomes one associates with the product, for example, pleasant taste, and guides behavior that obtains or avoids those outcomes, example, purchasing and eating a product. Attitudes towards a wide variety of products probably serve this utilitarian function. Such utilitarian attitudes serve to summarize the outcomes intrinsically associated with objects and to guide behavioural responses that maximize one's interests. For example, one's attitude towards ice cream may serve a utilitarian function because it's likely to be based on the rewards of the enjoyable taste and the punishment of weight gain associated with the ice cream, and to guide behaviour that maximizes benefits while minimizing costs, so choosing low-fat ice cream. Some attitudes are useful because they help to make the world more understandable. They help people attribute causes to events and direct attention towards features of people whose situations that are likely to be useful in making sense of them. Consequently, they help to make the world more understandable and predictable, as well as increasing the efficiency of information processing. Getting new information and understanding about products and services in help creating, modifying, and changing attitudes towards certain things. In life, we seek some degree of order, clarity, and stability in our personal frame of reference. Attitudes help supply us with standards of evaluation. By such attitudes as stereotypes, we can bring order and clarity to the complexities of human life. Brand loyalty is important here. It usually is much easier to buy a product that you know and like than it is to try a new one. Think about it. If you had an iPhone 3, did you upgrade to an iPhone 4? Or, on the odd occasion that you swapped to a Samsung, why was this? The value of expressive function. Some attitudes are important to a person because they express values that are an integral part to that person's self-concept. The attitude is, consequently, a part of who they are, and the expression of the attitude communicates important things about the person to others. This value system prevents or encourages the buyers to buy certain products related to smoking, drugs, environment, health, ethics, wildlife, and many more issues. For example, consumers who believe in the protection of the environment might support certain companies that are active in Greenpeace or other initiatives. Consumers also express core values by displaying products such as bumper stickers, posters, or t-shirts. Some attitudes serve to protect the person that holds them from psychologically damaging events or information by allowing them to react in a less damaging or threatening way. This inevitability may involve a degree of bias or distortion in the way the world is interpreted, but people will readily do this in order to preserve a particular or favourable view of themselves or the world. Products related to boosting the ego or self-esteem are a strong target of such kind of attitude. You must see many male students wearing athletic apparel. This may be to enhance their image of being in shape and active. So what does it all mean? The central principle of these theories is that the attitudes serve different functions will change in response to different types of appeals. As future or current marketers, it is important to understand what functions of consumers' attitudes will lead to a sale over others. I hope you now have a clear understanding of the functions of consumers' attitudes. Thank you for listening.